They say the WNBA is entering a new golden age, and leading the charge is Caitlin Clark, a rookie who's already reshaped the league's future. But on draft night, someone tried to rewrite that story. Hailey Van Lith didn't just walk across the stage, she lit a fuse. With one bold statement, she ignited a firestorm that's still burning. She took a public shot at the league's most beloved player and instantly became the most talked about rookie, for all the wrong reasons. What was meant to be a fun, lighthearted segment spiraled into one of the biggest controversies in recent WNBA memory. And while Van Lith hoped to steal some spotlight, she may have accidentally written her own villain arc. Because when you come for the queen, you'd better be ready to deliver. This isn't college. This is the pros. And Caitlin Clark is already running the show. Hailey Van Lith's draft night entrance at the 2025 WNBA draft wasn't just loud, it was seismic. As the cameras rolled and the stage was set for rising stars to step into the league's future, Van Lith made headlines not just for being selected 11th overall by the Chicago Sky, but for a bold, calculated shot aimed directly at Caitlin Clark, the undisputed face of the league. Van Lith, a relentless competitor with a college resume spread across Louisville, LSU, and TCU, came into the draft with a chip on her shoulder and an old rivalry to settle. That rivalry dated back to 2023, when Clark and her Iowa team dismantled LSU in the NCAA Elite Eight, dropping 41 points in a game that ended with Clark delivering the now iconic "you can't see me" gesture. Van Lith hadn't forgotten, and it showed. During a seemingly harmless draft night game, start, bench, or cut, Van Lith chose to cut Clark, a decision that instantly turned the room cold before erupting into controversy online. While the segment was meant to be lighthearted, Van Lith's delivery carried the sting of old wounds and an unmistakable agenda. Fans, analysts, and WNBA insiders weren't amused. Instead, they were stunned that a rookie would target the league's biggest star on her very first night. Rather than receding, Van Lith doubled down in her post-draft interview, speaking of hard work and grind, making a thinly veiled jab at players who, as she implied, were media darlings handed success. The reference to Clark was unmistakable, and it didn't go unnoticed. What followed was swift and unforgiving. Social media erupted in outrage, with fans dragging out statistics comparing Clark's historic run to Van Lith's more modest accomplishments. While Van Lith had solid numbers, around 20 points per game at Louisville and 18 at TCU, Clark's collegiate performance was on another planet. She was the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history and had led Iowa to 2 straight national championship appearances. Her influence wasn't confined to the court. She was a one-woman movement, selling out arenas, lifting TV ratings, and triggering multi-million-dollar deals for the league. ESPN analysts didn't hold back. One called Van Lith's attack envy disguised as confidence, while another said it was strategically tone-deaf given that Clark's popularity was the very reason the 2025 WNBA draft reached a record-breaking 1.25 million viewers. And that was just the beginning of the fallout. Quiet but telling signs began emerging across the league. WNBA players unfollowed Van Lith on social media, sending a clear message: don't come for the queen unless you're ready to back it up. Yet Van Lith had no such backup. As the season kicked off, Clark continued her dominance with a preseason performance that included 28 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds, showing the poise and confidence of a seasoned pro. Meanwhile, Van Lith remained stuck in warm-ups, unable to contribute a single minute. Memes flooded social media, contrasting Clark's on-court excellence with Van Lith's bench-bound status, cementing the narrative that talk alone isn't enough. Clark's rookie campaign quickly became the stuff of legend. She racked up accolades at a historic pace. First rookie to record a triple-double, fastest to 100 three-pointers, and simultaneous Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month honors. And she did it all with grace, never responding directly to Van Lith's remarks. Her silence was strategic and powerful, embodied in a knowing smirk captured on camera as Van Lith made her comments. While Van Lith was trying to dominate headlines, Clark was busy signing autographs for kids and inspiring the next generation. Off the court, the numbers told an even more lopsided story. Clark's presence was a goldmine for the WNBA. Ticket sales for Fever games rose by over 300%, and her jersey accounted for nearly half of all league merchandise sales. Broadcast deals with ESPN and Amazon were renegotiated, quadrupling exposure, and it was all because of one player, Caitlin Clark. Behind the scenes, Van Lith's draft night theatrics had real consequences. Multiple teams had reportedly passed on her, citing concerns about her attitude and the potential disruption she could bring to team chemistry. While Chicago ultimately took a gamble, likely hoping her chemistry with Angel Reese would pay off, it was clear that baggage followed Van Lith into the league. For Reese, who had her own run-ins with Clark, the goal was now coexistence and professional growth. But Van Lith seemed stuck in an old rivalry mindset, still chasing the spotlight Clark had earned through performance, not provocation. And the pressure is only mounting. The WNBA season opener, a blockbuster matchup between the Chicago Sky and Clark's Indiana Fever, is now the most anticipated game of the year. For Van Lith, the spotlight she so aggressively sought is now unforgiving. Every pass, every shot, every turnover will be scrutinized. Meanwhile, expectations for Clark are sky high, with fans already predicting another 40-point outing. If Van Lith falters, the backlash could be career-defining. This isn't college basketball, where rivalries thrive on trash talk and memes. This is the pros, where legacies are built on consistency, humility, and results. Van Lith's jab may have earned her a few retweets, but Clark's game has already earned her the respect of legends. And therein lies the real story. While Van Lith tried to manufacture a rivalry, Clark refused to play along, instead continuing to build something much more enduring. Her recent performance at a youth basketball camp, staying for hours to coach and sign jerseys, showed a player grounded in purpose, not pettiness. She followed that with an appearance at a Pacers game, tossing out merchandise to roaring fans and again reminding the world that she's not just a player, she's a movement. Clark's impact can be felt in ticket offices, TV contracts, locker rooms, and fan communities. Every team in the league is adjusting marketing strategies around her schedule, and entire cities are preparing for the economic boost that comes with her arrival. That kind of power can't be manufactured with sound bites or staged rivalries. Van Lith's draft night bravado now feels not just ill-timed, but foolish in hindsight. And yet, the story isn't over, because the scoreboard doesn't lie. And when Chicago faces Indiana, the truth will be laid bare in front of millions. Whether Van Lith can live up to her own hype remains to be seen. But one thing is already clear. Caitlin Clark doesn't need to clap back. Her jumper does that for her. And as the WNBA marches into a new era fueled by record-breaking rookies, sold-out arenas, and a fan base hungry for greatness, Clark is already there, leading the charge. Van Lith may still have a future, but if she wants to be more than a footnote in Clark's rise, she'll need more than fire. She'll need buckets. So now the stage is set. Caitlin Clark, the unshakable superstar, is building a legacy brick by brick, while Hailey Van Lith stands at a crossroads, forced to either rise to the challenge or be remembered as the rookie who talked big and fell short. The WNBA isn't waiting for anyone to catch up. Every game, every possession, every moment is a test. And Clark? She's already passing with flying colors. As for Van Lith, the pressure isn't just on the scoreboard, it's in the spotlight she so boldly demanded. And when the Chicago Sky take the court against the Indiana Fever, the world will be watching. Not just for basketball, but for the narrative that's unfolding. Who will define this new era? Will it be the icon who lets her game do the talking? Or the challenger who learned the hard way that respect isn't given, it's earned? One thing's for sure. In this league, talk is cheap, but buckets are priceless.